teams are squaring off on the hardwood tonight. Once again, Charles Trail and Shane Smith welcoming you into this game between the Charlevoix Raiders and the Grayling Vikings of the Northern Shores Conference. Charlevoix coming in third place right now with only three conference losses so far. And as I welcome in my broadcast partner, Shane, the Raiders looking to go 2-0 this week on a back-to-back. Both teams playing a back-to-back. Last night, Charlevoix defeating Kalkaska. Maybe they can keep some of that momentum, that mojo going as they had a 17-point win last night. Let's see what they can put on the floor tonight.
That's exactly right. Charlevoix comes into this one with quite a bit of momentum here. Got a good shooting squad. You know, you had a lot of contributors last night in the highest offensive performance we've seen so far this season from Charlevoix. 67 points scored, multiple players with 12-plus points in that game, so it's great to see. On Shining Star, Carter Greenacre had 17 points, 4 made threes there in that one. So we're excited to see how this will build into the game tonight. Grayling played last night against Sheboygan and lost by a handily amount there in that game. So we'll see. They're going to be hungry, looking for a win. They're right around 500 on the season so far, and right around under 500 in conference play. So they'll be looking to make a little bit of an upset here with Charlevoix coming home to Grayling. Charlevoix took care of business back in town about a month and a half ago when Grayling came to visit, one of Charlevoix's earlier conference games. So we'll see if Grayling's looking to play spoiler here or not, Charles, as we get ready for this one.
Yeah, well, as we get you ready for tip-off here tonight, we want to give a shout-out to our pregame show sponsor, Bingham Insurance. Bingham Insurance, proud sponsor of Charlevoix Raider Athletics. We're going to go ahead, step aside, take a quick 30-second timeout, come back. We'll have the national anthem and starting lineups coming up after this. You're watching Raider basketball, taking on the Grayling Vikings here on Next Level Broadcasting. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back after this.
Life gives us enough to deal with, like doing your taxes, hosting in-laws.
Oh, you're still trying to do the beard thing, huh?
And of course, filing an insurance claim. But luckily, auto owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe without any hassle. That's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
Yeah, and here we are coming back into this one. The team's getting lined up. We're just about ready to send it to our national anthem and get into our starting lineups. As the buzzer sounds, does not look like our typical PA announcer is down there on the bench, so we'll be waiting for him for just a moment. But yeah, Charlevoix comes into this one with an 11-4 record, Grayling with a 7-9 record. So Charlevoix definitely with the upper hand there, and in terms of overall athleticism and shooting. But Charles and I noticed that they were looking a little rusty in their practice this evening, maybe a little weary after their hard-fought game yesterday. So we'll see how that all pans out. But in the meantime, we're going to send it down to the floor here, get into our national anthem and starting lineups after that. Stay tuned.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grayling High School for tonight's varsity boys basketball game featuring the Charlevoix Raiders and your Grayling Vikings. The athletes in the Northern Shores Conference would like to show their support and commitment to sportsmanship. We understand this to include respect, responsibility, and restraint. It is citizenship in action. As parents, fans, and officials, we ask you to join us in making this a positive experience for all involved. At this time, we ask that you stand and please remove your caps. The privilege of this game was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms that we enjoy. Let us honor and respect their efforts and our country by everyone standing at attention and placing their hands over their hearts as we proudly play our national anthem.
And that'll be good enough to bring us back in here, ladies and gentlemen, with the starting lineups, of course, with your Raiders as we are visiting in Grayling. We had a rare opportunity to see Ian Moran on the starting 5 last night, so we'll have to see if he's still on there this evening. But first and foremost, we've got number 5, Joe Gaffney for the Raiders.
Yeah, I'd imagine you'll see the typical starters for Charlevoix here tonight. The Grayling Vikings do have some matchups that might present a little bit of a challenge for Charlevoix just in terms of how they want to play defensively. So we'll have to keep an eye on that in terms of how the Raiders go about attacking this Grayling team.
Yeah, we've got number 4, Logan Watkins, number 2, Vitaly Collins now. Oh. All-conference selection for Ryan Pearl. All right, number 0 there. Got all-conference selection for his effort. And last but not least here to round out the starting 5 for Charlevoix, number 11, Jackson Cross.
So let's see what the two teams have in store for us here tonight, Shane.
Yeah.
Obviously, Charlevoix getting the better of Grayling the first time they played, but the season and schedule has flipped as they have the second of 2 games here tonight, and a lot can happen from when these two teams played in December to when they're playing now.
Ooh, there we go. Get the spotlight treatment. Well, as Eric always likes to say on any given night, Charlevoix had a scare in the first half last night against Kalkaska. Elk Rapids, a week and a half ago, had a big scare against 0-16 Kingsley in this very conference, as Elk Rapids sits squarely at the top right now, so you just never know. But we'll begin here with senior number 1, Tristan Demlow for the Vikings. Oh, you got the student section out there and everything. Good atmosphere here in Grayling. Coming up next, number 3, Miles Mead.
I mean, the student section right now has gone from the baseline all the way out to half court. It's pretty cool how they have their starting lineups here with the students coming out and then the player introductions. I do like that. That is a trend that I think Grayling has perfected for our schools in northern Michigan. It is pretty special.
Oh, yes, indeed. You've got 24, senior Cameron Baker coming up now, as well as he comes around here to the student section. That's number 21, David Neal. And last but not least, number 2, Austin Schwartz for your Grayling starting 5. All 10 players set here on the floor as the student section gets back in. We'll turn the lights back on. God, you got to love that. The spotlight right there on the Viking logo in the middle of the floor. This has always been a fun gym to come to. I've been coming here for the better part of a decade now, back when I was filming for the varsity team and then, of course, broadcasting as well. And it's always a great atmosphere here. The hosts are wonderful to us. The radio station here, the local one, they're always kind to us as well. Good people all the way around here in Grayling, and we're happy to be here. So you don't have to make the hour-and-a-half trek down here, ladies and gentlemen. So strap into your lazy boys, hang on to your couch cushions, because here we go. And the Raiders, Vikings win the tip-off here. It'll be Tristan Demlow with it now, staring down Gaffney to begin the game. Finding Mead now as he works around the arc. Good find inside to Schwartz. He'll take it back up top. Demlow in front of us now.
Opening possession, Raiders going with a little man-to-man.
Up and away the 3 ball. That one will fall short from Baker. Picked up here by Logan Watkins. He had a quiet night last night. See if he can get some more opportunities to score. Near turnover there as that slips through Collins' hands. Back to Kraus. Now to Watkins. Works his way into the paint. Back over to Pearl. Now to Gaffney left open in the corner. And he'll take it back up to reset Charles.
Yeah, if you're the Raiders, you want to attack the gaps of this zone defense. Quick ball reversals and then a couple dribbles to penetrate, jump stop, make a good pass just like that.
There we go. Oh, Watkins lets that one go past Collins. Ran into some trees there along the baseline, so I had to send it back up. Too much for Collins to grab a hold on. There'll be a turnover here. Just about a minute gone by in the game.
And if you can hit that cut along the baseline, get it to the high post, back out, and then back to the baseline. That's what Charlevoix did there. They just got to hang on to the ball, make a more fundamental pass, and that's a really nice possession.
Demlow gets it back over here to Mead. thought about pulling up from the elbow, gets it batted away between Collins and Gaffney. Pearl back over to Gaffney here.
Oh, man. Kraus had a nice cut there to the high post.
Just about a minute and a half gone by so far.
Backside.
No score.
There you go.
Why not trying for 3, and it's in off the glass for Gaffney. Opening points of the game.
And Kraus making a nice decision at the high post there. He turned and quickly reversed it to the far side. Eric Huffman blowing up our chat already, saying that he thinks that Jackson Kraus could be the most impactful player tonight on the floor, and Kraus already with an assist.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. Good find, though. The assist between Demlo to Cameron Baker for 2, and it's a 3-2 ball game.
Good response there from Grayling to get that down in the paint. They do have a size advantage against the Raiders across the board pretty much.
No doubt. The only one that isn't taller, or shorter rather, than Grayling might be Jackson Kraus here on this squad for the Raiders, so they have to use their springs under their waist, your legs there. Charlevoix makes good use of that. I mean, you've got Logan Watkins, Ryan Pearl, who can jump a mile high, doubling their height, it almost seems like sometimes.
Yeah, and that's the second turnover for Charlevoix in the first 2.5 minutes here. They'll have to do a better job taking care of the basketball, but they're getting the turnover in the hands of Kraus.
Kraus taking that one away. It'll be Gaffney there, trying to do some dirty work. Good stuff there by Schwartz. And another missed opportunity here at this end of the court for the Raiders. Up and away the three-pointer, and it's in from Baker. And Grayling takes the 5-3 lead. Just about 3 minutes gone by into this game so far as Watkins works that one over.
Is that 5 points for Baker?
Yes, it is. Yep, all 5 scored by Baker so far. As Kraus gets that one foul called. That'll be the first foul of the game. That'll fall on Schwartz, sending Kraus to the charity stripe for a couple here. Try and tie things back up.
And so far, as I said, Charlevoix now up to 3 turnovers after they had that most recent possession get stolen away by Grayling. You don't want to give a team that likes to get out in transition and run and then give them easy shots. That way they can set their half-court defense and make Charlevoix play against their zone schematics.
Charlevoix already starting out better at the line than what they did last night. I believe Eric and I were counting they had less than 30% accuracy from the free throw line. It was a pretty abysmal night for the Raiders at that spot in the game. Thankfully, they didn't need to utilize it, as we've got our first Raider foul coming up on Vitaly Collins. 2-1 foul count. Grayling over Charlevoix. It'll be Demlo taking care of the inbound duties right here in front of us. As he looks, gets that one off to Baker. And that'll be a fine to Demlo in the corner. Lets that one go. Gaffney gets the pickup here. Takes it back down. Pulls up for the long 2. Off the iron, no good. Into the hands of the Vikings here from a Meade rebound.
Yeah, nice rebound by Meade there. Good transition defense to stop the Raider fast break for Grayling.
Schwartz working that one along the baseline. The pass gets away from David Neal, and it'll be back to the Raiders.
Yeah, both teams right now just trying to find their footing. Not a lot of fluid play right now, almost 4 minutes into this first quarter. Let's see which team is able to get a 3 or 4, maybe 5-point lead here, as the Raiders are still working against this Grayling defense. And that's one of the things. If Charlevoix can create turnovers, get good defensive rebounds and outlets, you don't have to go against this set defense.
Well, the Raiders have the ball back after it went off of Neal's leg there. It'll be Kraus firing from 3, and it's in. 2 threes made already in this game for the Raiders. One from Gaffney, one from Kraus now, and it's a 7-5 ball game.
Yeah, they take the lead. Kraus with 4 points, leading score for Charlevoix.
And a good takeaway here from Ryan Pearl. Sends it up court to Collins, now to Gaffney. Loaded up for the 3. Thought better as trees grew in on him. They back around to the corner, working the baseline instead. We've got a foul coming up here on Grayling.
Yeah, that one's going to be whistled against Austin Schwartz, and that'll be his second personal foul.
So that'll be his second already, sending him to the bench for a fair portion of this first half. Still 3:42 to go only in this first period. As Pearl finds that one to Kraus, no good from about 5 feet, back into the hands of Watkins. Sends it back up top to Collins. Now Gaffney takes over. Another long two-point try, in and out, into the hands of Neal, and the Vikes we go. The opposing three-shot, no good from newcomer Jaden Peters. He rebounded by the Raiders.
Kraus has played a great game so far on the glass and in the post. Him and Pearl have combined for a couple of different rebounds and steals.
3:10 to go in the first period. Gaffney over to Watkins.
Yeah, that's a good attack of the closeout, but stolen away.
Taken away by Demlo. It'll be one-on-one. Him and Gaffney all the way in. And Patience awaits him there, gets the shot in, and that's a tie ball game, 7 apiece.
Yeah, that was a nice job just getting his balance on that extended Euro step maneuver. Looked like he was going to fall over, but he somehow got to the other side of the basket and finished underneath the rim. If Charlevoix gets to the high post, they can quickly get a reversal to the back side or the weak side of the zone defense. That's something that they hit on the first Gaffney three-pointer, and Kraus has been doing a good job of distributing at that high post area. They'll need to continue their patience, and Grayling switching it up a little bit now, denying that pass initially to the high post. Nice pass there.
There you go, the find to Kraus. That's his 6-point now, I believe.
Yep.
Our math is good. And it's a 9-7 ball game. Raiders on top.
That was a nice job of Collins realizing that Grayling was overloading the high post area, and he got and found the weak side Kraus on the baseline.
Demlo on the answer back. Right along the same spot. As Gaffney takes it back across the timeline here. Find to Kraus there in the corner. Back to Pearl as he goes under the basket. Up and over, no good. Demlo on the rebound, taking it all the way back. And that'll be off the backboard, no good from Peters. And the Raiders will have it back here in their possession. 1:53 to go in the first period.
Still so far, leading scorer for Grayling is Cameron Baker with 5. Jackson Kraus, the leader for Charlevoix, with 6.
Coming in here, and Noah Gabriel for the Vikings. Number 4 there on your screen. Collins here at the top of the arc, working against Gabriel. Good shot inside to Kraus, and he gets the patience and delivers 2 more, 11-9 score.
Yeah, that's 2 really nice assists for Collins to Kraus, hitting the weak side of the zone.
Oh my goodness, trading punches. Demlo buries in a quick 2. Just the type of basketball game we like to see. Both teams finding their rhythm here. Minute 20 to go in the first period. Both teams played last night, so maybe a little more weary as Kraus takes another 3-shot. The assist would have been from Collins there again, and that was intercepted by Cameron Baker all the way down. And that'll be a foul coming up here on Gaffney.
That'll be the first foul against Gaffney, only the second against the Charlevoix Raiders. It's so far been a pretty cleanly played first period in terms of fouls. We've seen a litany of turnovers for both teams, and we just saw one right there that led to that transition run out for Baker. And Pearl and Gaffney had a miscommunication, which triggered that Viking break.
There you go. Baker ties up Kraus, 6 points now so far in the evening.
So far, I think Grayling has really found their rhythm here in this game. Just being able to get out in transition. Charlevoix will need to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. I feel like I've said that a couple times so far, but it's the truth.
That's one of the going themes of this season so far. That and free throws are the 2 biggest things the Raiders have to work on. As the Vikings hold a 1-point lead, just under a minute to go in the first period. Watkins working around the arc here, looking for someone. Finds Carter Greenacre, who just came in. Again, stellar performance from him last night. Only a freshman, scoring 17. Gaffney pulls in from the elbow.
And that's a well-paced, well-timed pull-up jump shot. He didn't have to rush it. He knew where his spot was going to be. He got there and he knocked down the shot.
13-12, just under 30 to go. The answer back from Demlo, no good. Into the hands of Watkins and the Raiders we go.
Thought Charlevoix should have played for the last shot there, and they turned it over.
Be looking out for that more this evening. 3-point try, no good from Gabriel. Demlo was there on the rebound. Errant pass, Collins picked it up all the way to Gaffney. He lays that one in a hurry. 15-12, 5 seconds to go. Ouch, that one went doinking off ahead of a crowd member there.
Call that a spectator eliminator.
Yeah, I bet they wanted to be eliminated after that one. Their bell's going to be ringing for a moment. 2 seconds here. Watkins looks for someone there. Finds Greenacre, and the heave.
Nice play by Greenacre. Don't want to put that one up, hurt your field goal percentage.
Right.
So after one quarter, Charlevoix was down by 1,
Yep.
ended it on a 4-point swing, and they'll take a 3-point lead after 8 minutes of play. We'll step aside and be back with the second quarter coming up after this.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
And coming back in here, ladies and gentlemen, just about ready to start our second period of action.
Yeah, the Charlevoix Raiders with a nice 4-0 run there to end that first quarter of play. They were down by 1 after Baker hit the free throw, and then after that, it was Joe Gaffney with a 4-0 run of his own. He's got 7 points right now for the Raiders. Or does he have 7 or 9?
I'm too busy running camera and doing play-by-play, Charles.
Well, we'll check in on that.
Yeah, we've got the scores book later on at halftime. We'll go take a look at the official one, that is. But the Raiders held that 15-12 lead, feeling a little bit better after you said, Charles. Gaffney went on a quick 4-0 spurt there over the rest of the Vikings. He began the scoring for the Raiders with a big 3 after about a minute of game play.
I do believe it is
should be
9 points for Gaffney, 6 for.
That's right, 6 for Kraus.
Yep.
Only 2 scores so far in this one. Pearl found some trouble there. Back up top to Gaffney from way downtown. That must have been 2 paces behind the line. Buries it in, and it's a 5-point lead. Excuse me, 6-point.
Yeah, and he's got 12 now of the Raider 18 points. He's really found his shooting stroke. He's got 2 threes made. And when you see that first one go in, it can be pretty indicative of how this half is going to go.
Third made 3 for the team so far.
Especially when you bank in the first one. That's always a good sign.
Yeah. No good there off the front of the iron from Miles Mead. Grayling finding themselves down 2 possessions. Watch out, Carter Greenacre. Oh, in and out. Boy, you don't see that too much. Gaffney will try from the same spot a few moments ago. No good. Greenacre gets the rebound. Yeah, and that'll be stepped out of bounds there.
Yeah, stepped out of bounds. Raiders launching them from 3 here so far in this game. Had 2 pretty good looks at it. Got to give credit to the Raiders rebounding right now, both on the defensive side and on the offensive side. They've done a good job of making sure that they're getting added possessions and limiting Grayling to 1 and done.
Yeah, just like that one there. That was Brant Finstrom trying to work it in. And that was a heat-seeking missile from Ryan Pearl. Goes screaming past Carter Greenacre. Another turnover here, 2 straight.
Yeah, that's just one of those where Coach Troshak is just saying to Ryan Pearl, I know what you saw, but we don't need to take that risk.
Yeah. I agree with that estimate fully. As David Neal gets the inbound pass off to Demlo. 6:20 to go in the first half. Still an 18-12 ball game. Raiders have had it twice. 2 straight turnovers so far in this second quarter. Go back over to Demlo here. From about 10 feet away, that one falls short. Gaffney screaming high for the rebound. There'll be a foul coming up here on Grayling. That'll fall on Jaden Peters, his first, team's first as well.
Want to check back in our YouTube chat here. Our friend Bill Lotka is saying that was a great first quarter of play. Bill, that was a fun one to watch. If you have any other thoughts, comments, or if you're watching your favorite player here tonight, and let us know where you're watching from. We appreciate that. We'll give you a shout out. Let us know on the YouTube chat feature. You can access that on YouTube, and then let us know where you're tuning in from.
Yeah, thanks, Bill, for reaching out. Major help here to this company is Carter to Greenacre to Pearl, now to Gaffney as I get my name straightened back out here to Watkins now. Raiders at a standstill, trying to get something figured out inside. Good no-look pass to Pearl. That one falls off the glass, though. Greenacre gets the rebound from the corner. We'll be back to Gaffney here to try and take the charge. Inside to Kraus, and there's his 8th point of the game. 20-12.
Gaffney put that one and delivered it. Called out a little room service.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Delivered that one right into the bed of Kraus there. Made an easy shot. Neal working against Pearl. Kicks that one back up top. And we've got a 3-second violation here.
So Charlevoix has stretched this out to an 8-point lead. Not sure what the stoppage of play is here for. I don't know if Grayling's taking a timeout or what's going on.
Yes, they are. They're taking a quick 30-second timeout. Be a good moment to make one of our fine sponsors.
Yeah, as they take the timeout, we're going to give a shout out to our friends at Bases MI. Bases MI, located in Charlevoix, has everything you need for a successful recovery journey from any type of substance abuse with a unique blend of clinical expertise and compassionate care. They are truly ready to serve you and anyone you know with an in-person or telehealth appointments. That's Bases MI at the corner of M66 and US 31, or visit them online at basesmi.com. So you can find them if you or anyone you know might need some substance abuse help. That's Bases MI at the corner of US 31 and M66 in Charlevoix. 5 and 2 seconds remaining here in this second quarter, and Charlevoix is on a, let's see, a 9-0 run, Shane?
Yeah. So far, Grayling has yet to score in this second period. 3 minutes and a few seconds gone by. Gaffney pulls up from just inside the free throw line, makes this an even-keeled 10-point lead.
And he's got 14 now to lead all scorers.
Just the night we've been looking for from Gaffney. Although that performance would be just as welcome against Boyne City, as the Raiders have a doubleheader that night at home as well. Girls and boys varsity. We'll cover that one
That'll
here
be
at Next
fun.
Level Broadcasting on the Raider Athletics channel, so make sure you spread the word, like and subscribe to that one just as much as you do here at Next Level Broadcasting.
Or you can just go to nextlevelbroadcasting.net
right.
and find it right there.
Either way works. As we've got Ryan Pearl picking up his first foul.
And we do have an update to give. The YouTube chat is now live on the nextlevelbroadcasting.net website as well. So if you're tuning in on there, you can access the YouTube chat and see what people are talking about here, as we're currently in the midst of a 12-0 Raider run.
Ladies and gentlemen, if there's one gentleman we got to give thanks to, it's Bill Latka for all that he does here for Next Level Broadcasting. Everything you see on that website was created by him, and we deeply appreciate all of his efforts for this company. Up and away, the 3-shot, no good from David Neal. Back the other way for the Raiders. Grayling sputtered to a halt here after a good, strong first period. It'll be Ryan Pearl taking things unhindered, spinning back over to Kraus.
I just like the patience that Charlevoix is playing with against this zone. They've turned it over quite a bit, and they call that a travel. As they say, Gaffney had possession with it while he was trying to get it back on the floor. But even though they've had a lot of turnovers, the Raiders' shooting percentage is relatively high right now. Just if you factor in all the times they've turned the ball over, the times that they actually get a shot up, it's more times than not going in.
Exactly right. David Neal fine to the corner. Miles Mead finally gets some points on the board here in this second period. A 3 goes up with 3:28 to go and counting before halftime. It's a 22-15 score. Kraus working his way around inside, kicks back over to Collins. Why not? Tries for a 3. There it is. The fourth made 3 this game for the Raiders. They go back up by 10, 25-15.
And the first made basket of the game for Vitaly Collins. He's got that to go along with a couple of assists.
Yeah. Good pass all the way to Gaffney, and it takes a Raider bounce in. 27-15.
16 now for Gaffney.
So far, one of the strongest first half performances we've seen from the Raiders after a bit of a shaky opening 4 minutes or so in the first quarter. That bounce pass goes right into the hands of Pearl. Now to Watkins, lays that one in and draws the foul.
Man, what a nice looking transition opportunity that Charlevoix just went there. They found Watkins, and that was nice.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be the second foul going on Jaden Peters. Watkins not able to get that one to fall in. Rebounded by Pearl. And Collins cleans things up, make it a 4-point turn on that end of the floor. Full timeout called by Coach L.J. Meade for the Vikings here as the Raiders go up by 16, 31-15, Charles. We're going to step aside here for a quick commercial break and come back on the other side of this.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Located in Charlevoix, Michigan, is Martin Concrete, where they specialize in residential concrete construction, providing high-quality concrete work and guaranteeing customer satisfaction. They're proud to serve Charlevoix and the surrounding areas. No job is too big or too small for Martin Concrete, with services ranging from concrete slabs, footings, driveways, retaining walls, and much more. There's nothing that Martin Concrete can't do regarding concrete. That's Martin Concrete, online at martinconcretecharlevoix.com or give them a call at 231-838-9610. Welcome back to Grayling High School. Raiders up 31-15. You just saw them right there on screen. That's Martin Concrete, located in Charlevoix, specializing in residential concrete construction with prompt, high-quality concrete work and a guaranteed customer satisfaction. No job is too big or too small for them. And for their long list of services, including driveways, patios, footings, sidewalks, and so much more. See for yourself. Give them a call at 231-838-9610. That is Martin Concrete.
Collins got the steal and the return basket. 33-15 is the score. The Raiders having their way with Grayling so far. The Vikings only scoring 3 in the opening 6 minutes of this second quarter. That lone 3 came from number 3, Miles Meade. Oh, near steal once again from Gaffney. Awfully physical here so far. As Demlo, all that he can do to find Meade there in the corner. And that'll be back over to Schwartz as he works his way inside. Too powerful off the backboard, no good. Picked up by Neal. Now back to Schwartz, no good. Takes a couple of bad bounces and Krause picks up the rebound. And there's Watkins going up against 2 massive Vikings. Not able to get that one to fall in, but finds himself sprawled on the floor. Back the other way here, still a 33-15 ball game. Meade floating that one in, no good.
Shane, I think we're in the midst of a 7-0 run for Vitaly Collins as well.
Okay. Watkins streaks that one over the other side to Gaffney. Collins thought about it, finds Krause under the basket, be back over to Gaffney from the corner. That one falls short. Krause tipping it around. Demlo picks it up for the Vikings. 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, you saw Krause right there just trying to go for the tap in, and I think he got in between whether he was going to bring down the rebound or try to tap it in, and he just got caught in the middle.
Mm-hmm. 35 seconds and counting. Handoff here to Meade.
Yeah, Grayling right now playing for the last shot of this half.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if they can hold on to the ball long enough and make sure that they do indeed ensure that they get the last shot of the half.
So far, the only score in this second quarter for the Vikings, again, is Meade. Raiders went on a 18-3 run to close out the half. Up and away, no good. The 3 shot there from David Neal, so it will be a 33-15 score. Charles, we're going to thank our friends at Charlevoix State Bank, and that'll be the sponsor of our halftime show as well. So we'll step aside here for a few minutes as we take a breath ourselves and come back after this with our Charlevoix State Bank halftime show.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Life gives us enough to deal with, like doing your taxes, hosting in-laws.
Oh, you're still trying to do the beard thing, huh?
And of course, filing an insurance claim. But luckily, Auto Owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe, without any hassle. That's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more. The Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehouseCharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Located in Charlevoix, Michigan, is Martin Concrete, where they specialize in residential concrete construction, providing high-quality concrete work and guaranteeing customer satisfaction. They're proud to serve Charlevoix and the surrounding areas. No job is too big or too small for Martin Concrete, with services ranging from concrete slabs, footings, driveways, retaining walls, and much more. There's nothing that Martin Concrete can't do regarding concrete. That's Martin Concrete, online at martinconcretecharlevoix.com or give them a call at 231-838-9610.
For you, boss.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what's black, white, and dented all over?
I give up.
The company truck? Yeah, it's bad. But thanks to our agent, we've already submitted the claim and can track the status right from the app. Auto Owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Lucky for you, that's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, We're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to our Charlevoix State Bank halftime show. Shane Smith, Charles Strail bringing this one to you live from downtown Grayling at the Vikings gymnasium here. Charlevoix finding themselves sitting comfortably on top. Right now, the Vikings with a 33-15 lead. Charles, the first 4 minutes or so of this game, shaky for both teams. Then Charlevoix really seemed to find their rhythm. 4 made threes so far from the game, at least 3 of those from Gaffney, I believe. He's had 3 so far. 14 combined points for him, 10 for Kraus, and a whole bunch of other scorers chipped in as well.
Yeah, to break down that leading scorers for Charlevoix, it's been 14 for Joe Gaffney, 10 for Jackson Kraus, 7 for Vitaly Collins, and he's that third scorer that the Raiders have been looking for. He's giving ample contributions here tonight, chipping in 7 points of his own to go along with 2 points for Logan Watkins as the Raiders have a 33-15 lead for Grayling. That second quarter, the wheels really started to wobble on the wagon. They had 12 points at the end of the first quarter, only scored 3 points in the second. So for Grayling, it's Tristan Demlau with 6, Cameron Baker with 6, and Miles Mead with 3. That makes 15. And for Grayling, they've gotten good shot attempts near the basket. They just haven't been able to knock them down. A lot of shots close to the rim, in addition to some three-point opportunities. But for the most part, Grayling unable to finish near the basket within close proximity to the rim. They've ran some good offense. They've got some nice empty side ball screens and had some good reversals and some nice cuts, flashes toward the ball. They just haven't paid them off with seeing the ball go through the net. Charlevoix, on the other hand, they've been turning the ball over, but when they get a shot up, it either goes in or they get an offensive rebound. Yeah. That's one of the things that has allowed Charlevoix to build this 18-point lead, in addition to their really good defense.
I was just going to say, this has been one of the stronger defensive performances I've seen from Charlevoix so far this season. The number of turnovers they've forced so far and errant shots they've had with Grayling has been just about the best I've seen.
And one of the other things that I want to just showcase and shed some light on is when you are controlling the boards like Charlevoix is tonight, on the defensive end and then on the offensive end, it gives you those second chance opportunities and limits your opponent to 1. At the end of the day, basketball comes down to a numbers game. Say both teams shoot 40% from the field, but one team takes 15 more shots.
Yeah, right.
Because they're limiting the amount of shots that their opponent takes, and they get additional shots because they get offensive rebounds. You're going to outscore your opponent. Basketball is not a hard game to understand from a mathematical standpoint, and Charlevoix right now giving themselves the best chance to win because of how they're playing both on the defense and offensive backboard.
I couldn't agree with you more, Charles, as both teams come out here to throw some balls around, get ready here for the second half. Again, Charlevoix went on an 18-3 scoring spree in the second quarter to really lay it on Grayling. 33-15's the score. Any final words, Charles, before we cut it to another break?
Well, yeah, we just want to give a shout-out to our halftime show sponsor here this evening, to the Charlevoix State Bank. During a time of mergers, acquisitions, and name changes, the founders of Charlevoix State Bank saw a need for a truly local bank focused on the community and strong customer relationships within that community. These values continue today as they drive and support local high school athletics via the support of tonight's game and being our halftime show sponsor. That is the Charlevoix State Bank. Well, we're going to step aside for a quick 1-minute break, come back. We'll have the second half coming up after this.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Business owner, you learn to wear a lot of hats. The custodian hat, the IT hat, and well, the you should have called a professional hat. Auto Owners takes care of your business insurance, so you can take care of everything else. That's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
And, excuse me, here we are coming back into this one. Just about ready to get underway. The Raiders out there on the court feeling pretty comfortable about themselves right now. Grayling, they've got a lot of work to do here. Down 33-15, 18-point difference between the two. Yeah, as they come back out onto the floor here, they'll have to really start getting smart with their shot choice decisions. So going to this one, Charlevoix's defense has really been clamping them down as of late. Again, only 3 points scored that entire second period as Miles Mead lets one go already, thanks to Vitaly Collins' efforts there. As Pearl gets that one back over to Collins. Again, kind of that unsung hero so far this evening. 7 points for him. As that one slips through the Raiders' possession there. Back over to David Neal we go. Demlow staring down Gaffney. He works his way around the arc. That one, errant pass goes off the backboard. Saved just in the nick of time by Schwartz. Cameron Baker back into this game here. He had to sit out most of the first half as he incurred 2 fouls about the halfway mark of the first quarter. But he did score 6 quick points, though, in that short time he was there for the Vikings. And another turnover here gets the Raiders the ball right back. Be a foul coming up here on Mr. Tristan Demlow.
It's only his first personal foul of the game, so he's stayed relatively foul-free up until now.
Yeah. The big 3 shot, it's in. Gaffney is feeling it tonight. His 4th already this evening, 4th of the Raiders' 5. The Raiders go up by 21 now, 36-15. Demlow no good, but Schwartz was there to get the putback and the foul.
That's Schwartz's first points of the game, Shane.
Yeah.
He was saddled with 2 early fouls that he picked up in the first quarter. And
oopsie.
Yeah, that was one of the things that limited him in that first half, picking up 2 early fouls. That foul also on Kraus for the Raiders.
Well, there you go, 3-point play the old-fashioned way. 36-18 is the score. Back over to Gaffney now. Got about 6:45 to go here in the third. And a good takeaway here by Mead, working that one. Saved by a moment there for Baker. Watkins gets his paws on it. Back over to Collins now. And a takeaway here by Demlow. Not before Collins gets it back again. The ball is going all over the place. No real fluid moments yet again. But there's Kraus delivering finally for the Raiders. Back to a 20-point, 38-18 ball game. It's Cameron Baker working against Watkins, pushing himself all the way in. Takes an odd angle off the glass and gets it in. Collins gets it over to Watkins. Raiders starting with a quick 5 points already in this opening 2 minutes of the third. Collins driving in. Gets that one knocked away by a couple of different Vikings. David Neal eventually is the one who had it. Passes up court to Baker. That'll be pushed out of bounds by Gaffney, and the Vikings will hang on to it.
Got some people in the YouTube chat looking for Greenacre.
Yeah.
Looking for that bench splash play of the game like he had the other night, actually last night. 18, or what did you say, 14 points off the bench?
17 points off the bench for Greenacre as Demlow gets only the second 3 made here for the Vikings. 38-23.
Yeah, 17 points off the bench last night in the Raider win versus Kalkaska for Greenacre. Any team and any coach will take 17 points off the bench.
Exactly right, especially from a freshman as that one bounces around and out. Kraus, who is Eric's favorite player, gets that one. Yeah, and it'll be Watkins going up to the line here as he went for the layup.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that our friend Eric Huffman thinks that Jackson Kraus can be the most influential player on this Raider basketball team. He frequently says, you know, when Kraus plays well, this Raider team's really hard to beat. And so far tonight, Kraus has 12 points as Watkins makes the first free throw. But Kraus, when he's able to step outside, stretch the defense, hit some shots from the perimeter, and then also give you the type of rebounding efforts that he's capable of, it really rounds out this Charlevoix team into true form.
Exactly. 1 for 2 there for the line for the Raiders. So far, I believe 2 for only 4 free throw attempts this entire game. Yes, that'll be Neal working that one back over to Baker. Tries to power his way in. That'll be a foul coming up on the Raiders.
That should be against Logan Watkins.
Yep, indeed it is. So that'll be his first. Both teams with 2 fouls to begin here in the second, with 5:11 to go in this third period. High flying pass to Schwartz, gathers it up, banks it in off the glass. We're back to a 14-point game for what it's worth, the closest it's been in quite some time, 39-25. Collins to Watkins to Gaffney. And kick back up top we go. Now to get Kraus there, left unattended under the basket. Easy 2 for him.
I tell you what, that was a great pass by Watkins, and he ran down the floor with a big smile on his face after making that pass.
Yes, indeed. Those assists are just as important as the baskets themselves. Watch out. Meade left open for the three-point try. No good. Falls short. Pearl taking it all the way back over to Collins. 3 in and out. Picked up by Schwartz. Vikings trying to put something together here. So far scoring 10. Oh, nearly 13 there off the Schwartz three-point try. But 10 points so far in the third. The opening 4 minutes of it, that is. Scored only 3 the entire second period as Gaffney spins around, puts it up from about 10 feet, no good. And picked up by Schwartz once more.
Seems like we're at a bit of a lull right now. Neither team has scored on a couple consecutive possessions.
Demlow not able to get that one to fall in. Fights Cross for the rebound. And that should be Grayling Vol. It is. And we got a shift change here for the Vikings.
Yeah, you're not kidding. They bring in 3 different substitutions.
You got Noah Gabriel, Brant Finstrom, and Jaden Peters back in as well. And his opposing number 15, Carter Greenacre, just checked back in. Working that one up against the glass. No good from Peters. Trying to get it opening points there right off the bench. Raiders take the ball back up 16, 41-25. Greenacre, that one's a bit high and away.
Yeah, you don't want to leave him, even though he missed that one by quite a bit. He'll be quick to put up another one, and I wouldn't be surprised if the next one goes down.
Thankfully, his contribution of threes aren't quite as needed tonight as they were against Kalkaska last night to really separate the Raiders from the Blazers. It was tied up all the way through the first half. As Collins gets another big takeaway here, sends that one up court to Gaffney, and he'll step out of bounds right there trying to gather it back up.
Yeah, just a little bit too much air underneath that pass from Collins for Joe Gaffney to track that one down. It's one of those things where sometimes if that defender's coming toward you, it's oftentimes just better to keep that dribble alive as opposed to trying to lollipop one up and let your guy run underneath it, just because it's challenging to keep your footing here when you get close to the baseline.
That's what we've seen a number of times so far this game from the Raiders. As Neal tried to get one up there, not enough oomph behind it, and there's Greenacre for his first points of the game.
Raiders starting to get out in transition again here. That's where they were at their best in that second quarter. Now they're doing the same thing here in this third quarter of the second half.
43-25, just under 2.5 to go in the third. And that'll be a foul coming up here on Charlevoix. That'll be on Carter Greenacre. His first, team's third. Very few trips to the free throw line for either team so far in this game. The Vikings will have another chance here with Peters taking care of the inbound duties. Gets that one off to Neal. And be back up top here to Noah Gabriel, who also came in just a few moments ago there on that three-person substitution. Demlo from way outside, no good. Greenacre and Collins fighting for the rebound there. And that'll be a foul, quick one coming up on Demlo. 2 minutes, 2 seconds to go on the other side of this inbound pass in the third. Coming back in now for Noah Gabriel is Miles Mead after a couple-minute rest there on the bench. And oh boy, Greenacre left open. There's the three that we knew he had. Took a couple shots tonight, but he finally got it in, and he's had 5 quick ones here in the last about 2 minutes of this third quarter.
5 in a row, actually.
Yeah, that's true. 46-25, the answer back three from Mr. Demlo. He's got a good point tally, Charles. What does he have so far?
He's got 12 points.
Good job for that young man down there. A couple of big threes so far. Greenacre finds Pearl. Too many trees there to work with, so he gets it back around. Greenacre lets that one go. Not a great pass there as he tried to gather it up by his knee. And it'll go back to the Vikings here with 1:18 in the third.
Too close to the trees to see the forest there, Shane?
I guess so, yes indeed. Well, Meade couldn't quite get that one to fall in either. And there's Greenacre. 7 straight for him now.
It was a nice look off by Watkins. He knew where he was going to go with that pass and didn't give it away with his eyes.
Right. Just under a minute to go here. Up and away, no good. That'll be a travel call coming up here on the Vikings. Raiders force another turnover with 51 seconds to go in the third. Ian Moran makes his first appearance here in tonight's game, allowing Collins to take a well-deserved rest there for a few moments. In the 48-28 affair that this game is so far. Moran to Pearl, good assist there. As Pearl gets that one up and in. Already up to 50 points, and we still have an entire third quarter to go. The Raiders have this game well in hand.
And that's the first basket of the game for Ryan Pearl.
Yeah.
So he got to the soft spot in the zone, caught it quickly, turned around, hit it off the glass.
If the Raiders have 50 points or 48 points scored before Pearl makes his first point of the night, you know you've got a good game going on. Grayling playing for the last shot here. Why not try to make it at least an even keel 20-point differential? 5 seconds to go. And for the last 3 seconds here of the third, Austin Schwartz comes back in.
I mean, this is just something that I want to point out for this Grayling team. They have 2 seniors on the roster.
Right.
And Cameron Baker and Nate Barlick. So this Grayling team is only going to continue to rise over the next couple of seasons.
And there you go, rose to the occasion they did. As we didn't have the clock get going until well after that shot. So the refs are going to confer about things here. That should be the end of the third.
Yes, it should be.
And it is. So that'll be 2 more points up on the board for Grayling. For what it's worth, they quintupled what they had in the second quarter, scored 15, but that was no comparison to what the Raiders put up, and it's a 20-point game still. 50-30. We're going to step away for another quick commercial break, Charles. We'll be back on the other side of this.
Bases MI in Charlevoix has everything you need for a successful recovery journey from any type of substance abuse. With a unique blend of clinical expertise and compassionate care, they are ready to serve you and anyone you know with in-person or telehealth appointments. That's Bases MI at the corner of M66 and US 31, or visit them at basesmi.com.
Life gives us enough to deal with, like doing your taxes, hosting in-laws,
Oh, you're still trying to do the beard thing, huh?
and of course, filing an insurance claim. But luckily, auto owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe, without any hassle. That's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
And coming back into this one for the final 8 minutes of this matchup here, Charlevoix and Grayling. Grayling having a couple of tough outings here in the last 2 nights. They lost by 20+ to Sheboygan last night. And that trend looks to be continuing here, or something close to it, with Charlevoix, as they've got this game well in hand. The final 8 minutes to go, up 20, 50-30.
Yeah, the last 8 minutes of this second half, I think, really are pivotal for Charlevoix. You're up 20, but you do want to have good momentum going in to a tough rivalry game on Friday night versus Boyne City. So you want to close out this game on a high note.
Gaffney from forever gone away. That was from about Waters. Put that 3 up, fell short off the front of the iron. And we've got a timeout called by Charlevoix to save the possession.
Well, as Charlevoix takes the timeout, we're going to tell you about Bingham Insurance. Listen, running a small business can be risky, but one thing you don't have to chance is your insurance coverage. Bingham Insurance wants to help keep you covered from the unexpected from happening. That's Bingham Insurance Company, representing auto owners insurance right in downtown Charlevoix. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Lake House. From the moment you walk into the Lake House, the essence of easy living and life on the water shines through. They offer unique gifts including wedding, home accessories, and furry friend items. Their assortment of gifts and home decor is perfect for your home, cottage, or boat. Come visit the Lake House to commemorate your visit to one of Michigan's premier resort destinations. That's Charlevoix, where they're located at 403 Bridge Street, or visit them online at thelakehousecharlevoix.com.
All right, coming out of the timeout break here. Raiders trying to, just as you said, Charles, stay strong and extend their lead, but that one will slip through the hands of Ian Moran. Yes, indeed, one of the biggest games of the season, as always, coming up this Friday as the Ramblers come to town in Charlevoix for the annual Winterfest game. We will be covering that at Next Level Broadcasting, Eric Huffman and I, for both the girls and boys varsity, as they have a doubleheader starting at 5:30. So make sure you tune in for that one, not only for great games, but to see who gets crowned the Winterfest King and Queen. 7 minutes to go in this one, though. Floating up that one was Mr. Jaden Peters. Student section finally getting a little bit of noise out of that shot there.
I gotta say, the most the student section was into this game tonight was for those starting lineups.
Yeah,
they
honestly
were right on the floor from baseline to near half court.
And this has been, you know, for the most part, it's kind of unfortunate. You really wouldn't know that there's about 30 student section members there, at least, maybe more, that have been here over the course of the game. They've been quite silent. And that'll get through Schwartz's fingers. Gathered it back up. Carter will get the takeaway, though. As Pearl finds Watkins, allowing the team to set up. Pearl takes a 3. Why not? That was just a hair off the mark. Moran fighting for this one. Lets it go there in the corner. Yeah, it'll go back into the hands of Peters and the Vikings. All the way up. Meade too far into the basket to make that one to go in. No good on the putback. But Peters as well tries to clean things up. He'll be drawing the foul, though.
Well, as Peters goes to the free throw line, we're going to step aside and keep it right here while we have a brief. Actually, never mind. Thought he was going to be going to the free throw line for a shooting foul, and
it'll be on the floor, I guess.
My mistake. My mistake.
Yeah, we have him. That's for sure. I had Baker as the one with 2 fouls going out when it was Schwartz earlier on, so that was my missed call. But one thing I can't miss there is right in front of me, Meade gets in 2 more. Grayling will take a quick timeout after going on a little 4-0 spurt. Now you can take that commercial break, Charles.
Unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more. The Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix, the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehouseCharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Well, we've got a timeout taken here, and while we have an opportunity to do so, we've seen a lot of turnovers tonight, and a lot of turnovers have been that traveling variety as well. I've seen a couple of those calls called tonight, but if you're like some of these players out here with some traveling in your blood, you might want to look to do so at the Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport. That's their destination to get you to the sun and the sand. Travel to your premier resort getaways via the Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport, with 6 airline carriers offering 7 beginning June 5th, with nonstop services to places like Charlotte, where you can connect and get right to the beach destinations of your choosing for your spring break getaway. That is the Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport. Visit tvcairport.com for more info and how to book your next getaway today.
All right. Raiders all back out here. The original starting 5. Moran and Greenacre on the bench here. 5:44 to go in the game. As Gaffney gets that one knocked around, Cross tries to save it. It'll be Pearl taking it back over. Find inside to Cross, was knocked around by David Neal. And it'll be Collins for the three-point try, no good. Cross there on the rebound.
The one thing about playing a zone defense is it puts you at different and weird angles when trying to box out on defensive rebounds. And that's exactly what we saw there for Charlevoix. Jackson Krause came in and got that weak side rebound. The Vikings had shifted over into their zone defense. And and that was just one of the things, like, you know, when you get into those instances where your zone gets swung as the offense goes from side to side, it makes it very challenging to get that weak side block rebound, which is where Krause got the offensive rebound at.
And he got both of those fouls, free throws rather, off that foul from Grayling. He had good patience there, waiting to go up for the basket. Makes it a 52-34 game, and one of the first times in the last 2 games that I've seen the Raiders actually make both free throws at a time. And there's Gaffney flying in, but not able to connect. Miles Mead working his way around, lets that one go from about 6 feet, no good. Foul coming up here from Charlevoix with just under 5 minutes to go in the game on the other side of these attempts. So they'll go on Logan Watkins, his second now.
So as Meade steps to the free throw line, we're going to step aside as we hear from our friends at Ward Boats.
Not going to miss much. And we're back in here. Got that one to fall in. 52-35 ball game. 4:36 to go. Pearl back out to Collins. He spins his way around inside to Krause. Waited for it. Had too much there to go against with Schwartz. It'll be Collins taking things back over. And got that one knocked away by Demlow. Good defensive effort there from Grayling. Still not giving up in this game. Down 52-35. Playing just as hard as ever. As Meade will send this back up top to Denlow to allow the Vikings to reset with an even 4 minutes to go. And there you go, the three-point shot up and in by David Neal. Back to a 15-point game, 52-37.
I think they're going to call that a long 2, Shane.
Oh, yeah.
As Collins bites the dust there at near half court, he's fouled and tripped. Like I was saying at the beginning of this quarter, Shane, the Raiders really want to finish this game strong because they have a very strong opponent coming in Friday night. Boyne City Ramblers will come in to take on Charlevoix. Boyne City got the better of the Raiders earlier on this season. So if you can close this game out and end on a positive note, oftentimes momentum transfers over from game to game as Pearl finishes that one right down the middle.
Yes, he did. I guess the only thing I can give for an excuse today is I didn't bring my glasses provided to me by Gaylord Eye Care. Going not blind, but blurry vision today. So I must have missed the foot on the line there from the 2-point shot earlier on here from Grayling. As we got another foul coming up here from the Raiders, their third this period. And that'll go on Vitaly Collins, his second. Grayling with just under 3.5 to go. Be 3:10 here in just a moment. Down 54-37. The Raiders just looking nice this one away. That was Peters with a double dribble, yes indeed. And Carter Greenacre will come back in here, giving Logan Watkins and Vitaly Collins a rest, as well as Ian Moran coming back on the floor as well. Final 3 minutes of this one.
As we enter the final 3 minutes, we do have a substantial update to give tonight. The Charlevoix Raider varsity wrestling team won their team district tonight.
Wow.
And they'll have their team regional at home next Wednesday. And, of course, the Charlevoix wrestling team, coached by president of the Charlevoix State Bank, Mike Hinkle. So congratulations to the Raider Grapplers tonight, securing that district hardware.
Congratulations to the Raiders. Perennial powerhouse here in the last few years with that wrestling program. Of course, Mike Hinkle for building up such a powerful group of gentlemen. And there's a few ladies starting to join in that program as well. So good to see the wrestling program being as strong as ever for the Raiders. And representing Charlevoix well with back-to-back home meets in the postseason. As Demlo gets that one to fall in. 120 seconds to go in this one. Charlevoix still with that 15-point, 54-39 lead. A good takeaway here. That was Jaden Peters getting it away from the Raiders. And Charlevoix will have their fourth team foul coming up. And that'll go on Ryan Pearl, his third. I believe the only player on the foul, floor with such foul count so far. And here's a couple more Raiders coming in off the bench for some quality minutes. Bryce Boss, number 12, as well as Isaac Bentz, number 1. Leaving Gaffney, the only starter from tonight's game, out there to command things on the floor. Meade, 2 straight chances there, no good. Boss fighting for things there. It'll be a jump ball, possession favoring Grayling. Meade on the inbound to Demlo. Finding Meade once again as he works his way inside. Lets that one go from about 5 feet. Tips that one away from the Raiders. So it'll be Jaden Peters taking it back over. And that'll be another foul coming up here on Charlevoix. No, I apologize. It'll go on Grayling instead. Offensive fouls. That'll be Brant Finstrom. His first, team's third.
And we just want to remind everyone that Friday night we'll have the varsity doubleheader as the Charlevoix girls will take on Boyne City, and then the Charlevoix boys varsity will take on Boyne City. So
yeah,
maybe a clean sweep on a Friday night, Winterfest. Man, that would set everybody off into Super Bowl weekend with a good feeling.
That's all you can hope for if you're a Charlevoix Raider fan, to have a clean sweep of Boyne City, that's for sure. And especially on Winterfest night, couldn't ask for a bigger stage to have it.
Some revenge narratives for the Charlevoix boys team as Boyne City got the better of Charlevoix the first time the two teams played. Actually, I believe a double-digit loss when they played over in Boyne City. I think 11 or 12 points.
I believe 11 as Jack Terryberry comes in with 1:34 to go in the game. Yeah, and that'll be the fourth foul now on Grayling. The second on number 3, Miles Meade. And a couple more Vikings will come back out here onto the court. It's 23, Matthew Petiti, as well as from the JV squad. Number 22, which we do not have the name for at the moment.
I believe maybe coming in from the, let's see here.
If you can find him for me.
Maybe even the freshman team.
Could be at this point, yeah. Isaac Bentz over to Terry Berry with just about 75 seconds to go here to wrap this one up.
Number 22 for Grayling, his name is Mike Jordan.
Mike Jordan, oh, nice. All right, there you go, Charlevoix. Getting a couple more with Jack Terryberry. That got the crowd fired up. 56-39's the score. No good there from Grayling, so it'll go back the other way.
Shane, I got to tell you, his name's not Mike Jordan.
No,
I'm playing a joke on you. That's
okay. Well,
that's a joke as Michael Jordan.
Right.
That the Vikings didn't bring off the bench. You wouldn't bring Michael Jordan off the bench.
Okay. I didn't know.
Or even if your name was Mike Jordan, you wouldn't bring him off the bench.
Well, sometimes not. I don't think every Mike Jordan is created equally. Maybe not every Mike Jordan is that talented.
If you got somebody named Mike Jordan, you're starting them. I don't care if they're in 7th grade. You put them on the varsity and just start them, and if they're incapable of playing, you take them out. But
okay. I do see your point as Isaac Bentz gets his first point of the game off that free throw. 57-39. Charlevoix's had some good bench production here to close this game out. Another missed floater there from Grayling, taken back the other way by the Raiders and Skylar Blecky there. Up and away, the 3 shot by Terryberry, no good. And another foul coming up here as we look to try and wrap this game up. 27 seconds to go. Ian Moran there gets his second foul. So that'll send Grayling all the way back down to the other end of the court as Charlevoix picks up their 15th foul for a couple of 3 throws.
As the Vikings had this double bonus, we'll step aside one more time from the Lake House.
Unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more. The Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix, the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehousecharlevoix.com for your own.
And here we are. Nate Barlick got a free throw in there, got the crowd going. And Bryce Boss fighting for all he can to get the shot up. It'll be Isaac Moran trying to get that one to Terryberry. That one went off his shins with 9 seconds to go. Grayling will take it back over. And that'll pretty much wrap this one up. Well, why not? One more shot up and away from Jaden Peters. And that is the final score here, ladies and gentlemen. Charlevoix on a 2-win streak here this week alone. Both wins against Kalkaska and Grayling by the 17-point margin variety. 67-50 last night, 57-40 tonight. And the Raiders are feeling good about themselves going into the doubleheader against Boyne with that Winterfest game this Friday night. Beginning at 5:30 for the girls varsity squad. Eric Huffman and myself, Shane Smith, will be there. Charles, you're going to take care of a big Ski Valley Conference.
Yeah, we'll be down on the south side in East Jordan, on the south side of Lake Charlevoix, as East Jordan will be taking on Gaylord St. Mary. That should be a fun one as well. So Charlevoix County well represented on Friday night here on Next Level Broadcasting, with Charlevoix taking on Boyne City and East Jordan taking on Gaylord St. Mary. So that should be a fun evening of basketball. And you can catch the Charlevoix games on nextlevelbroadcasting.net or the East Jordan games on nextlevelbroadcasting.net. And then a reminder that Saturday, February 8th, we'll be down in Traverse City for the 3rd annual Northern Michigan Boys Basketball Showcase. And that is going to be one whale of an afternoon if you're a basketball fan here in Northern Michigan. Even if you don't have an interested player, or if you're not a fan of one of those particular teams, come out Saturday afternoon at the Traverse City St. Francis High School to see some great basketball. A couple teams coming up from downstate, such as the likes of Detroit Cass Tech, Wayne Memorial, Hamtramck, Plymouth Canton, just to name a few. Also some teams coming down like Marquette from the Upper Peninsula. So teams that you might not see all that often coming to Traverse City to play an excellent day of basketball for the 3rd annual Northern Michigan Boys Basketball Showcase. For all of our sponsors here tonight, we want to thank you for being a part of this. We're here courtside, so you can be at home couch side. We want to thank the Lake House, Ward Boats, Martin Concrete, Bases MI, and the Bingham Insurance Company, representing auto owners, located right downtown Charlevoix, the Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport, and the Charlevoix State Bank. Final score here from Grayling, 57. Grayling, 39, as Charlevoix takes the 18-point. Correction, 57-40, as Charlevoix takes. We'll make this final here. 57-40. The last two Raider victories by 17 points. So they certainly have something brewing as they head into a Friday night clash with Boyne City. You can catch that one, like I said, on nextlevelbroadcasting.net. For myself, Charles Strail, along with my shotgun partner tonight, Shane Smith, we say thanks for tuning in and making us a part of your Wednesday night. We'll catch you next time, everyone. Good night.